All right. Linear program example number 3. It's going to be led off with a little music video for you. Hope you're ready for this.
I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country. I'm gonna eat me a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country. I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. I'm moving to the country. I'm gonna eat a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a
Okay, I have no idea what that song has to do with this problem. It just made me think of that song. So let's rock and roll now. All right, we got problem number 3. We're trying to fill these orders, as we can't do it all on our own, so we got to buy some from our competitor. All right, so that's the question we have. We already set up our linear program as such on paper. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and create an Excel spreadsheet to help us solve this out. All right. So the Excel spreadsheet is we need to find our variables, right? So we're going to have number 2, and we can either make these or buy them. Well, we have 3 models: model 1, model 2, model 3. So if I were to highlight these, this here, those are exactly our variables. All right, so here's x1, x2. So if I want to put some borders around this, there we go. So those are my x's: x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6. There we go. We're also provided the information of cost to make. All right, and this comes from our objective function. Or at the cost to, we can make or buy. So again, this column here is for model 1. So to make model 1 is 50. To buy it is 61. To make model 2 is 83. To buy it's 97. 130, 145. All right, so if we think of our total cost, which is our objective function, we want to minimize total cost, this is going to equal to 50 times x1, 83 times x2, 130 times x3, 61 times x4, so on and so forth. So by setting up in this box formation, I can just do sum product, highlight my x's, comma, highlight my costs. And there we go. And I'm going to highlight this to let me know that there is my objective function to minimize costs. All right. Now I need to think of number available and the number needed. So now we're focusing on constraints. So I need to fill an order of 3,000 of model 1, 2,000 of model 2, and 900 of model 3. Well, how much do I have available? Well, that's equal to the number that I make plus the number that I buy, x1 plus x4. All right, and I can just copy and paste that over. All right, and so now I have that. So if this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, I now have I have made one and bought one, so I have 2 models that I have available for the purchase order. All right, now the next is hours required. So I have wiring and harnesses, or harnessing. So for model 1, it takes 2 hours of wiring, 1 hour of harnessing. For model 2, it's 1.5 and 2. Model 3, it's 3 and 1. So now I have the amount I've used and the amount available. The amount I used is equal to the wiring. Oops, let's get to some product. The wiring times the number we make. Not the number we buy, but the number we make. I hit F4 and it's going to anchor both those. Click enter. And now I can just copy and paste that right here for there. All right. Now how much do I have available? I have 10,000 hours for wiring and 5,000 hours available for harnessing. And now I've set up all my constraints. All right. Now I simply just need to go to solver. So let's click here, go to data, solver. My objective is to take my costs and to minimize my costs by changing all of my x's, all 6 of them. I'm going to add the constraint that the number available needs to equal the number needed, and that the number of hours I use is less than or equal to the amount that I have available. I click OK. I click solve, and life just got crazy. All right, can I identify what I did wrong? Because that's a big negative number. That's a big positive number. Big positive, big negative. So I have no idea what I did. So let's go back and check out solver. Let's click on simplex LE, but the big thing is I need to make unconstrained variables non-negative. All right, I can't produce a negative number. I can't buy a negative number. So I click that to be non-negative. I click OK. Wow, that looks a whole lot cleaner. All right, so I fulfill the order by producing all of Model 1 in-house. I fulfill the order by producing all of Model 3 in-house. But I only have enough then to produce Model 2, 550 units of Model 2 in-house. And then I outsource 1450 elsewhere. So now my costs are $453,000. Now what's nice about this problem is how much is our order worth? Well, here it says we are given this order of $750,000. So I can calculate, just based on that, my profits is equal to $750,000 minus my total cost. And I made a pretty good killing there. By outsourcing out, I'm able to make $296,700. Not bad for solving this in Excel. And to send us on our way, let's go ahead and listen to more Peaches. Put there by a man in a factory down